Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome back to another episode of another pod. Do not relent. I'm Slide Whistle, your Slide Thistle? Is that what I said? Am I Slide Thistle now legally?
Yeah, at least for today. One night only. Slide Thistle here. But yeah, it's a immunization.
And I'm Arnold, Horde punching bag and arcane mage extraordinaire. Oh, so tricksy. Speaking of little tricksters, the dream weaving event went up and tricked me. And by that I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, this is terrible. It's not terrible.
I still have yet to do it because everyone says that it doesn't make sense to do it on a main, and I don't have an alt really that I want to do it on.
I mean, yeah, I've been doing it on my main and my alt to get my druid caught up, but it isn't that bad for your main. It's easy to do, and you can get cosmetic and toy stuff still.
The cosmetics is shaky because for whatever reason, there are capes that I don't have from it, but all of the main armor, it says I already have through something else, I think through Suffusion camps. That said, this is a much better way to get that gear and not doing Suffusion camps, because those stink. So, it's still worth it. Growlina, she got 500 little funny coins before she retired.
I was going to say, also, okay, so you're not just, killing things, right? Because Suffusion camps, you have to do, the little tasks and killing things. You can just fly around the zone and pick up your little points.
Are Suffusion camps the one where you had to, collect, pieces, fuse them together, and then use them on, an anvil or something?
Yeah, the one where Firac would come by and do silly Billy stuff, and it was all about, which mobs can you kill? And you need to kill specific
ones. That was
so
frustrating. I only ever did it once, and then I was like, I'm never coming back here because this is probably the worst content I've ever played.
It was not great. But yes, as Slide Whistle stated, they're a big part of dream weaving are doing the world quest. Yuck, who does those? Every 30 minutes doing the kill some stuff world event. That's 30 minutes. I don't want to wait. The third way is just dragon flying around the zone every minute or so. You'll come upon a little green orb and you can just fly through those to get your coins. You don't even have to participate or nothing. Just fly around.
It's just so wild, because honestly, that's all I want to do. When I'm in a city, you'll see me running around in circles around a fountain. You'll see me running around whatever little path. This lets me do it and get rewarded for it. It's the best of both worlds.
You get green coins, and you also get whelpling rocks, whelpling shards. I don't think those are very helpful, but I guess if you have a low main, I guess any sort of advancement is good. Shrug.
Yeah. So my druid, honestly, my druid wasn't even that low. I was kind of surprised where I had him. I think I'm 428, 430, which is about the level of the gear that I'm getting. I feel like, right? It's 40. Is it drop at 40? Because the big one, you get the big token from doing the.
Yes, the big token is a 415 and up. I forgot what it turns into, but you can just get 402 stuff on the reg, which. For a main, that's whatever. But yeah.
The upgrading.
I'm doing the event on Wigglestein right now. And my dude has 208 rings on. So he has green, I think, from Shadowlands rings on. So I was like, I need to do this desperately.
I'm trying to think of, but before the Suffusion camps, what was the similar grind to this? Was it the
Researchers Under Fire? I guess. Well, that was the last big event that every 45 minutes you got to do this thing.
Tower? Was it the tower thingy? I forget what it's called. It's the keys.
Oh, the Scara vaults,
yeah,
I guess.
The Scara vaults.
Really
I guess
gear, though,
technically.
Right? I guess the ring.
Yeah, I really don't know. I think just doing dailies and world quests, that was the big grind before before suffusion camps.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're right. I mean, I think suffusion camps are probably some of the worst content because I just like really didn't care, and it was weird how it all takes place in this very small like 4x4 area.
And it was really not apparent to me which things I needed to be killing, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't done it since like it was like current, and I was weaker, and there were a lot of people there, and it was just like chaos, but like not fun chaos.
It's just like go get the metal thing and put the fire metal with the fire thing and kill the fire thing and the fire thing and the big fire thing, and it's all fire everywhere.
Speaking of which, and I do very much appreciate this fun interaction. This week, because also Dreamsurges move, this week it is in the Onaran Plains, the same spot that suffusion camps happen. So during a dream surge, all of the air becomes sickly green with little farticles in the air. But if you go by a suffusion camp, it turns red and green together with fire and farticles around. So it's just, it really makes your shit chug.
Yeah, so you had a really fucked up computer.
I was gonna say, it sounds like Christmas in September or something over in the Onaran Plains. You know?
It's a real chilly Christmas out there. It's like the first time I walked into Baldur's Gate and my computer said, "Hey, bud, there's a lot of people here. We're gonna need to turn them graphics down."
Oh my god, I still have that problem. Like, it's crazy.
This is just slide whistle because Immunization said he hadn't used it. Have you gotten any of the funny, like toys or pets or mounts or anything?
No.
Or just gear?
It's just gear because I've just been... I was doing it on my main, and then I was like, ooh, let me switch to my alt. So I have like 250 on my main that I haven't used yet. And then on my alt, I've already bought like a bunch of pieces of gear. So, and I still have to buy a couple more. So, no fun stuff for a little bit.
I gotta say, I have spoke well of Dreamsurges. Not a passing grade when it comes to the things you can buy.
Yeah,
I have
really
yet to buy the
them,
pets, but so far, the toys, one of them are you summon 3 spectral wooden-lid creatures that just hang out with you.
Okay.
And the other one is you can make it green and fart cloudy for 30 minutes anytime.
Okay, now hang on. Now, is there a suffusion camp one? Because I could turn on my fart suffusion camp, and you could turn on your fart emerald glimmers.
And just my computer would explode. It would backfire and set my room on fire.
We could use it as warfare against our enemies.
That's the new DDoSing. I found where this guy is in the plains. I'm going to turn on my green on him.
Probably personal, so we gotta like make him watch a stream of it somehow and hope that that's enough.
It was like, I forget what it was earlier, this expansion, where people were purposely using their toys and stuff, and then it was lagging everyone's computers, so then they had to make like the area where the quest givers were like unable to like mount or use things.
Was it the trading post? Was that what it was? Or it was... People are so fucked up.
All of this, of course, harkens back to, and grandpappies, grandmammies out there may remember this one, but the Chow Down Brewfest trophy on top of the twig next to the camp in... God, what even was that place called? The 9.1 zone.
Oh god, you're making me use touch my brain. 9.1 zone.
We were there forever. It was the island that the jailer pulled into the maw.
Oh my god. Whoa. Korthia.
Yeah, Korthia.
Korthia, yes. Yes, this is the Chowdown Trophy Korthia branch all over again, where cool kids used to just go up there to grab the little trinket, then set down their trophy so that no one could steer straight and everyone fell off into the mist.
That's the best use of it, though. That's pretty good. You know what's crazy? There's going to be one day when the name Korthia slips from our brain and we won't even realize it's gone.
I don't... What are you talking about? It literally almost happened today for all of us.
I was about to say, I was almost there. All I could remember was K. It has K in it, but the Orthia was gone. It was... like in Coco, when the sad man sits on the hammock and he's like, "My abuela, she's gone." It's like that was me with Korthia.
What's even worse is that like the inverse could be true one day, and that could be like the last word to leave your brain. So you're like on your deathbed, you're on hospice, and you're just saying Korthia. You're like, Korthia, who's that? Who's Korthia, Grandpa?
Yeah, I'll be sitting there full of dementia, Alzheimer's, squeezing this man who I do not know as my grandson's hand going, 9.1, we were there forever.
Oh, here goes Peepaw spewing his numbers again.
Oh man.
You don't understand the sacrifices I made. Did you go to war, Grandpa? No, but getting Archivist level 6 felt like war.
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke and I was like, I can't think of the fucking resource. What's it called? So, all right, we have to stop this bit or we're gonna really get this imprinted on our brain. We can't do that. How much of the secret finding did you do, Aaron?
I have completed my secret findings.
Perfect.
What were the secrets about? I hate to tell you, but I don't know.
Oh, man.
So I also finished it, and I want to preface this by saying that I think it is one of the coolest, like, event type things that they've done. I love the, like, just daily thing and how, like, the secret finders have had to, like, find like, these satchels based on, like, random things that are, like, on their videos and posts, and then just the storyline that is going on the daily one. I say storyline loosely because I feel like it just kind of was whatever. And as Aaron said, I didn't really pay too close of attention to it.
Yeah, they would send you to really important feeling places every day, and you'd unearth really important sounding treasures. But even when I did open my peepers, open my ear holes, and really think, like, what is this? There was no conclusion. And then the next day, there was more questions, and the next day, there were more questions. So I was like, By about day 4 or 5, I was like, I'm actually not paying attention to this anymore.
Well, I think it all flows together, right? I think it's so like if you paid attention one day and you didn't pay attention the next, it's like watching like a TV show, but you're like watching random episodes, basically. So that's probably why it didn't make sense. Because I, of course, also didn't pay attention, but I haven't finished it yet, though.
I swear some of it didn't have to do with the overarching story, though. Sometimes they were just like, yeah, just go around town here, like today.
But how could you know if it didn't have to do with the overarching story if you don't know what the overarching story is? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, how could we say that if we don't even know what happened in the story?
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing that came out of this was that there is now an NPC that you have to interact with multiple times named Fangly Hoots.
I was like, okay, something's happened with Fangly here. When I started to do it, I really tried. I tried to like, I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm like, I'm too frustrated. I feel it's too stupid. Where are these fucking arrows? Give me the wellhead coordinates. Fuck it.
Oh, I also just immediately went to there. I was like, on paper, I like that this is a thing that people could do if they wanted to spend time to figure out, like, all of this shit, but, like, I don't want to.
I tried going to Wowhead, but they actually ended up being
they were so far behind
vague
on their main post, too.
Yes, they ended up being behind. So shout out to my girl, Hannah, Hanna, all spaced apart, all uppercase. That bitch would show up at, like, I think because she's European, so she works on a different schedule than me. But she would show up at like 7 a.m. and be like, hello, everyone. Welcome to day 13, secret 13. And this is your guide. And I was like, damn. Especially for the one where you had to go through Karazhan.
Oh my
all they
fucking
were like,
god.
Go to the library. And I was like, Hannah, I was gripping my phone. I was like, I need you. I have no idea where the library is.
That was the moment that I snapped. And I said, I don't give a shit what the fuck else this thing has to offer me. Stop making me go back to Karazhan. I'm so over it. And you're right. Like, it was like, go to the library. And I'm like, okay. Karazhan bugged for me, and I couldn't even get into the opera area. Mr. Barnes wasn't opening the opera, and I killed everything.
Well, because you have to kill
I killed everything
Morose.
Before. Morose was dead. He wasn't opening the door. Then I get this, because I'm a dragon, I can double jump to the opera thing. Don't do that. Because you get stuck there, because you can't jump off of it, and Barnes is on the other side of the door. So I had to also then leave Karazhan because I got stuck in a spot I shouldn't have been in. So mad.
Also, yes, it was vanilla Karazhan, which features vanilla mechanics such as, so like arcane wormlings, the level 20 arcane wormlings. Guess what? They absorb all magic. aka everything that Growlina can do.
Same. I had to like go up there and just like, I guess I'll just hit you with my staff.
Yeah. I was next to the book, and it's the final book that you have to do like a summoning animation. You have to wiggle your hands to pick it up, and it's like you can't do that in a fight. And I was like, there are 60 of these guys, so I had to sit there and spam right click for like 5 minutes.
I'm right there with you. We're all casters this time around, so I had to fucking swing my little claws at them. It's so stupid.
But yeah, the Karazhan was the worst secret in the fact that like it was like the most annoying. Other than that, I feel like they were fine. I did not really pay attention to the coordinate system that they tried to make us use with the thinking cap. I think it's a cool concept, but yeah.
That was the one that I actually like. So I would use the guide. I guess this is my little bit of pride. I'd use the guide to be like, go there. And then when I was there, I'd turn on all my little toys and be like, can I figure it out with my own brain and peepers? And I was successful maybe 60% of the time.
It was, I got to the point to where I was literally like, the minute I would land in Veldraken, I'm like, let me pull this guide up and see where I gotta go. And I'm like, wait, I know where I was like, well, hang on, okay, let me try doing that too. And I cleared one by myself, halfway.
I was very ashamed because today's last one features going by statues, going and using consoles in different areas, and I figured it all out by myself. And the final thing is fight these 2 guys and seize the Orb of Romnus. And I was like, okay, I got this. I'm flying all around. I was like, I can't find them. Eventually, I had to go to my girl, Hannah, and I said, Hannah, fix this for me. And she goes, now, don't be a silly, but you have to just turn around. And I was like, what? Turns out, when you start the quest,
giant platform in the center with a giant orb on it.
Well, that not only that, you activate the quest, and then the guys immediately spawn behind you. I had just jumped off the cliff and been like, adventure and waits.
You know, I kind of did something similar too, because like I clicked on it as well, and then I was like, what do I do now? And I'm just like looking, again, I didn't turn around, I guess. And then like when I was like, I wonder where I go, and then I do turn around, and then they're like those 2 guys respawn, and they were like beating up this paladin who happened to just be there. So he was tanking them for me as I was trying to figure out what to do. I was like, oh shit, and then I like healed him. He was like almost dying, so like I guess he must have been lower level.
Well, I don't even, because they have a lot of health between the 2 of them. Yeah, I sort of was not looking at the screen, looking at my phone, hitting fireball, and then all of a sudden I started flashing red. I was like, oh, these guys are serious.
I haven't finished it yet. I still have like a couple more to go. But like I think this is a really good idea, and like it's the best of both worlds, right? The people that want to do this can do this easily, or can do this hard the first time, find the secrets, dig them all up, and then we get to have the easy way, just copying them. And you know, they didn't even like make you take all the steps. Some of the things were just like you could skip like 9 to 10 steps to go right to the end each time.
Well, at least for the mount one, I think you can.
Oh, I forgot. The mount is different than the secrets, right?
Yeah, so did you guys also do the... it was like a feat of strength, and then like it went away like when we went back to Michigan for Yabiag's birthday, like during that weekend, apparently there was like, just during that time, they were like, oh yeah, we're closing up the forge now, and if you weren't able to contribute, sorry, your feat of strength and mount are gone.
Wait,
and we're like, what?
Is this the Arcane Forge in Veldraken?
Yeah.
It's still there, but I guess, yeah.
Because they extended it because,
know.
like, because people were like, wait, what? It was only there for, like, a day and a half? And they're like, yup. And then they're like, that's bullshit. And they're like, you're right, we're opening it again.
I did wonder what that thing was, but whenever I hovered over it, it's like, the Forge will activate in 4 hours and 58 minutes. I was like, I ain't got time for that. So I never did.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And like, you know, one time I saw the blue balls to get like the little achievement, and I was like, I don't have time for this. I have other things to do.
What is the mount?
So there's two. They're different. You can get the mount, I think, whenever you want, right? The Arcane Forge isn't going away. I thought just the achievement was going away. Or am I wrong?
Well, the Forge might go away when the secrets end. I don't know. But you use the Forge to combine 3 separate pieces that you loot from satchels. They're like community ones somewhere on there. On Wowhead, like it has its own section. So you get those, and then like if the Forge is on, you can combine them at the Forge, and you get a mount. And the mount is It's like the one Mechagon thing, you know, like the giant thing that's like flying above Mechagon that we had to disable.
Peacekeepers.
Yes. The HK8 Peacekeeper.
But also that's why I think the Forge might be staying there. It just will lose its minimap icon because the Forge can be off when you get them out. So when I got my pieces of battery and put them together, the Forge wasn't even activated, and I was able to make it. But yeah, it's just the bronze version of the Mythic Plus achievement from Legion or from BFA.
Yeah, but the Feat of Strength achievement was from. So, like, after that 4-hour timer or whatever is up, then, like, everyone who's around needs to, like, power the Forge again, and you power the Forge by, like, collecting these orbs from around Veldraken, but when you loot it, it does that thing where it makes you very slow, so you have to, like, pass it to people, because there are these giant, like, thunder elementals that come at you and try to steal them from you, and if they touch you, then you lose it, so you kind of need to coordinate with people. And so you get the achievement if you help contribute to the charge by doing, you know, passing it or bringing it to the Forge.
How fun!
So you have the achievement?
Yeah, I got the achievement. Because like I got lucky with the timing. Like when I finished collecting my 3 pieces, I got there, and then it was like the Forge is open. It just needs to be charged, and then it was like we are at like 100 out of 150 charges. So then I've like helped contribute a few charges.
It's great. It's great though. I think that this is a really good thing to include in like the half patches and whatnot. Since they stopped fucking doing Brawlers Guild. When the fuck's that happening? Is this what's happening instead of that? Are they just taking a different route with their little fun activities? Because we could do both.
As a champion of Season 8, Eric, the easiest season to become a champion of, I agree. Let's bring back Brawlers Guild. Make it like Madame Gao. Make it where Big Water Flixelbottom goes to every new place and it was like, let's make people fight here.
I think we're onto something, and I think we should be taken seriously, Ian. At BlizzCon, we're going to see you, and you're going to listen to all these great ideas in person.
When we see you, I'm going to throw all my clothes off and put on my Brawler's gear, my spiky leather gear, and I'm going to run at you and try and punch you. And I hope you know that it is in protest of the Brawlers Guild.
Okay, that would be probably the stupidest and the best cosplay you could wear to BlizzCon is just that outfit. We should figure out how to make it. Let's get some footballs. We split them open and glue them together.
I was about to say, I'm going to take my big Bowie knife and skin like 12 dozen footballs. That thing is so rough. I remember getting it and being like, hell yeah. And then I put it on and I was like, hell no.
Like, what's so funny is that like if you wore that at BlizzCon, the full get up, people would know what it is and be kind of mad about it, I think. They'd be like, oh my God, of all the things, why the fuck would you do that one?
Because why not? You know?
I'm a brawler. Brawl me.
I would just pass check them. I'd be like, where's your fucking brawler's pass if you're going to talk this mess?
You can hand them out.
And then
dude.
I know they're not going to have a brawler's pass. And be like, how about you go to the auction house before you try and shit talk me, okay? Or maybe do like I did and neg your friend to give you one.
You know what? I think it's our duty to do something weird like that. Since there's not going to be beer, we should make people just like feel surreal. Let's hand out brawler's passes in the bathroom and people like, hey kid, you want a brawler's pass? Like, I don't know. Let's get freaky.
Let's do a Dr. Disrespect. Let's
Let's
stream from the bathroom handing out our passes.
We're going to show up and they're going to play this clip and be like, you're not allowed in and this is why.
Great show, by the way. Keeps me laughing, keeps me giggling every week. But we did listen to episode 248 and you're banned for life.
Oof.
I just got to say, everyone, I have just been schmoozing and boozing on E&J's apple brandy. I'm a big brandy guy now.
What?
I'm entering my old man era.
I have brandy as well.
Oh, shit. Is it E&J apple?
No, it has my name on it.
Oh.
That's why I bought
Slide
it.
whistle brandy. It goes up and then woo, it goes down.
I stood at the store and I was like, that's my name. That's an instant purchase. I never had brandy in my life. I just grabbed it immediately and bought it. So, you guys excited to smoke weed in the Emerald Dream?
How big do you think... Okay, so this is now. I know it was a goof.
Okay,
but you have
I'm
brought
in, I'm
about
in.
a D an hour thought.
Papa, tell us a story. Yes, Papa, a story.
How about you come and pull up a chair? These are DN Hour thoughts.
So obviously drinking and the pursuit of drink has a big impact in the world of Azeroth. Like every culture has drinks. There is Brewfest, which by the way is happening soon, but not today. Thanks for lying to me, Transmog Window.
Transmog windows never lie.
Except that they did. I'm allowed to change into my Brewfest gear, so I shamefully took my portal to Ironforge and wiggled my big dog ass down the hill and said, Brewfest coming tonight. Brewfest coming tonight. And then I get to the ground.
September 14th.
Well, I thought it'd be happening, but all of the low poly gnomes and dwarves are like, not for like another week and a half. You look foolish. And so that's where Growlina will stay logged out until it is happening.
Just imagining you just when you prancing in your Brewfest, you're like, where the fuck is it? They move it this year?
You're literally camping out for Brewfest right now.
I did my Brewfest special, and I ran my mount off of the hill to crash and break my ankles where the tents should be, but there was just 4 men driving in a spike like it's an old circus movie.
Growlina's like, this course took me forever to get on. I can't take this off. It's not worth it. You just gotta wait right here for Brewfest.
But I will return to my question. Do you think there will ever be a time where the smoking of weed, not distinctly weed, but like smokables, enters the Azerothian zeitgeist?
Well, I mean, we had River Bud in BFA, and I feel like that's probably really close. There's got to be some Richard Knack books of Night Elf smoking weed, right? Surely he wrote that.
I mean, I feel like it would have to be the Night Elves, and it would have to be Druids in general, right? Like, there's something there. Like, it's gotta be. Like, why do you think they're napping so long? Like,
that's actually, Richard put it in his 18th book that we didn't read. That was the first thing Malfurion said after the War of the Ancients, was he got up and he was like, I'm really jonesing for some Doritos right now. Do they still make 3D?
Yeah.
And it's like, Malfurion, my love, you've been sleeping for so long. They discontinued those in 2002.
No.
He said, put me back.
Oh my god. I think you're onto something here, because think about the Night Elves, right? Druids, obviously. And only Demon Hunters Alliance can only be Night Elves. That's just like sticky icky weed. That's like the bad boy version. They're like lacing it with shit down there.
And much like the weed that Becky smoked, it can kill you.
It's making their eyes glow. I don't know. It's a pretty intense high down there.
I mean, I'm not a big weedman, but anytime I've known a couple people and they light up a joint and then they lose their eyes. But that's okay because they get sight beyond sight like Lion-O. The green gives them green magical flaming eyes.
I could see a Demon Hunter going into 7-Eleven and just getting a can of Monster and a bag of Cheetos. Or I guess would it be something green? I don't know.
So, well, now I'm just really thinking, if weed existed in this world, if Mary Jane existed, I imagine your druidic cultures would smoke it via like rolling a leaf. Do we think that gnomes or mechagnomes would eventually create jewel pods?
okay, so I have the answer here. And it's actually a combination of both. I would say that like the gnomes made the like legitimate ones, but then the goblins are those ones that are trying to refill them with olive oil and sell them to teenagers.
Fetty Wap.
Or the ones that look like markers, where it's like, you use it on your whiteboard. And then, like, the other thrall is like, that's great, really, I'm glad you're teaching, like, writing to the youth. And then he walks away, and Golbin Gulpshanks unscrews the end. He goes, you can put shit in your lungs with this.
God. It's a gateway drug. Soon they're going to be boiling it down for heroin. God, don't let the goblins have weed.
Don't let the Nightborn get it. They'll nightfall again.
Shit, yeah, dude, because they're straight up addicts. Dude, yeah, we can't have it.
So are the Blood Elves. I guess what I'm saying is if we invent drugs, fantasy drugs, we just can't give it to the Horde because they can't control themselves.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't heard a single bad alliance. Let's see. Nope. We're all good. Draenei, maybe? What would they do with weed?
They do something funny.
I mean,
I don't
they
trust
probably
them.
just stare at their crystals. I don't know. They probably just get really astrological and weird with it.
Well, okay, so they probably have like fancy edibles that are like sparkly and look like jewels,
That's what their
gems.
jewels are. This whole time they've been
Can
hiding
you
edibles right in
imagine
front of us.
slamming an edible, eating a Varthanex crystal, and then just being zooted out of your mind and looking at the stairway out of the Exodar?
That's how Eridar are made, I think.
You have consumed too much of the crystal. You're having a bad time. And then your skin turns red.
Speaking of Eridar,
Yeah, I was saying.
Yes.
I was just saying. Speaking of skin turning red, did anyone do that one?
come on, who did it?
I have not. I heard like you have to do like a quest chain for it, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yes. No. Yes, in the loosest
Wait,
sense.
you've done it?
So I have done it.
Oh,
so
okay.
This is my big complaint. When you go to Stormwind, it's not evident. I had to go to Wowhead and even to X.com to find out there is now.
You had to go to Twitter?
Yes, there is now because it was, I think it was a Taliesin post where it's like, oh, chirium, the UK gets things before the rebels, and it was just he posted a picture of the NPC, the Draenei woman, and it's like waiting for a message from Velen, 2 hours. That is literally the only indication of me knowing where this woman was.
Why are they making it like a secret hunting game? Did they get really secret happy there?
I don't know. And like when I went, I was like, I guess only Draenei can do it, which I guess makes sense. So I was logged into Sergiamenos, slow basic flying my way around because he doesn't have good flying. Like, where is it? Where is it? I even warped to Argus from Legion zones. And I was like, I don't get where it is. No, it's an unmarked quest by like the pool that you started Shadowlands on in Stormwind.
What?
Literally all it is Velen goes, I received a message from the leader of the Broken on Argus. Let's go. So you go. And then the Broken guy's like, I hate you, Velen, because you left and we're all really sad about that. But guess what? A Minari helped me. And then Velen's like, I hate him. I hate him so bad. And the Eridar's like, bet, makes sense why you hate me. But hey, guess what? I have the super crystal.
What?
And he goes, what? It's been millennia since I've seen the super crystal. You're lying. You're doing a red trick.
What's it really called? Do you know?
I wish I knew. It's just a MacGuffin. It's not real. I looked it up later when I knew the name, and it's just like invented for storyline.
No.
But essentially what it is, it's this super powerful crystal that is the heart of the Eridar people. And it's like, you know what? I'm trying to think, what did the man say? He said, when we got corrupted, we gave it to Kil'jaeden. Kil'jaeden did not care, so he tossed it somewhere else. But I've secretly hidden it all these years. But while I contacted Broken Man, other evil Eridar found out, and they're like, we're going to steal it back. So go with, I'm dying here. EJ Brandy, I spoke your...
Not the brandy. The brandy.
I cheered you, and now you're betraying me. But he's like, other Eridar are trying to steal it, so let's go get them. And when it says questline chain, literally 2. You have to you go to a battlefield, you have to kill 10 guys and empower 5 things, and then kill one like guy who has 600k health. You know, he's slightly inconvenient. And after you do that, he's like, we found the magical gem. I'm going to open up a portal for you to go back to Velen and give it to him. And then you do. And it's, I was like, oh, is there something like crazy? Like the guy has to like use his life force to get it back to show that like the Minari really care and like the red guys are to be trusted because he gave his life. So I make it back to Velen and then the guy's already there.
Yeah, so interesting. I pulled it up to read about it. It's just so bizarre that like this is the one thing that's convincing them that Eridar are cool. Like you know what I mean? Or I mean, sorry, the Manaree.
Yeah, a single Manaree says that he's cool, and he swears we don't see them, but he swears he has friends that are also cool. And Velen's like, "I'm a man of my word. You guys are cool to go. Also, before we leave, you should talk to Crookshanks." Which just is some blacksmith on Argus. And he's like, guess what? I have secret Argusian, like, transmog for you. And I was like, bet, I'd love to get some of that. And he said, it costs Argus stuff. And I said, do you think I have held on to even a single bit of Argus stuff?
No way.
Wait, stuff that isn't like currency? Stuff that like you're supposed to have in your bags? Like the stuff that we have like in Dragonflight with all the renowned stuff?
Yeah. You know how in Dragonflight, you like with like 17 pieces of leather and 2 magic horns, you have to farm Argus stuff to get this. And I'm like, I am not sitting in. I mean, it would be easy to do because I outrank it, but I was like, I am not sitting in Argus stuff to get like Draenei weapons. Oh, goodbye, and then I warped away forever.
I guess maybe I'll send my Demon Hunter to do this just to see, because he definitely has some Argusy dollars still on him that I could use. I have the last questline dialogue up here, and yeah, it's literally pretty much how Aaron said it. He's like, just lost it on Draenor, orcs took it, and then I guess the demon's name is Razkal. He's like, when the demons disposed of it after the corruption, yeah, Jaden took it, Minnie seized it. I'm willing to die for it. I sought out the Krokul, and then I sought for you. And Velen's like, no words to express my gratitude. I can't believe it. Like, that's kind of stupid that it's just was one guy. Now he's renamed. He loses the Cal, and now he's just Arzal. I guess that's supposed to be symbolic.
My favorite part is like Hakun, the leader of the Broken, is like, fuck you, Velen, I hate you. And at the very end, Velen's like, thank you for bringing this to my attention. We'll help you guys out someday. And then Hakun like spits on the ground. He's like, whatever, and leaves. It's like, yes.
Yeah, wow. It says, when he says, Hatun, think of my offer, Hatun says nothing, then looks away with a wordless nod. And then afterwards he says, I did not expect Velen to react this way. He did not have to. Perhaps things are different now. Perhaps we both are. I will allow myself to have hope. What if he's going to kill Velen and that's Velen's death? Amun's real father killed.
Oh man, I'll have to record it and queue up another video for, Death of the Prophet Velen 3.
I was about to say, will it feel masturbatory when you have to switch from Death of Velen 1 as your most watched YouTube video to your recording of Death of Velen 2?
It will. But I think it's my time to step up to the plate and be the one that properly records it for history.
So the big question remains, because you are the only one, sorry Slide, if there's a secret guy I do not know about, but Immune, you are the only one rocking a standard Draenei as a pseudo main. Will immunization go red?
No, I mean, it's nice that it will become an option, and I will do this quest now that I know that, you have to talk to, my dad. I gotta at least see what he's up to. Maybe the only time I could see myself doing it is, if I have, a spooky Mog, maybe for Halloween, Or, wait, is that, is that racist?
I was going to say, I don't know if you should be cosplaying as other cultures, but technically the Manaree are a culture of the Eridar, and I would say you're allowed to commit those kind of crimes against them.
Oh no, immunization. The character walks up in her High Mountain costume and her red skin, and she said, "Look, what makes the red man red?" Canceled.
So there was a Game Rant interview that I actually kind of read for the first time before recording. It came out 5 days ago, but it's about the future Dragonflight and Guardians of the Dream.
Ooh, which gamer is ranting in this Game Rant interview?
I don't know. That's a good question. It just says Game Rant. So one question they asked was players visited the Dream before, but have never had a whole zone located here. How does it feel being able to do it? And they kind of go into it, right? But then they have some little fun facts here. It's a fun space to play around in. One of our designers came up with the idea of what happens when you slash sleep in this zone, which is honestly a pretty fucking good question because, right, if you sleep there, don't you gain powers or whatever?
Yeah, it's a whole area for sleeping. Although I guess, aren't you you sleep to access it? You do not sleep when you are in it.
So when you sleep, when you slash sleep when you're in it, your character falls asleep, and then a dream version of yourself rises up. So you're like a shade greener, and you can run around and explore a little bit while you see your character sleeping on the ground with the little Z's and stuff.
It
What's
just gives
the
you
range
control.
on that, you think?
That's gotta be like the first achievement in the raid is like everyone sleep outside or sleep at the entrance and then defeat the first boss as your dream form.
I'm trying to like think if they've done something like this before. Like, wasn't there a raid fight where something similar happened? Like where you like go into a different phase and your body is physically there sleeping.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would think it was one of the end bosses, like severed your soul, right? Oh. Was it It's Big Man. Was it Argus?
Oh, Argus
That
kills you.
sounds
so like I don't
correct.
know.
Yeah.
I'll look it up at some point, but I don't remember.
And so then they're just talking about how they also seeded some of this stuff. They're like in Dragonflight. Remember there was the whole Green Dragon storyline with the Maruk Renown, and we kind of went through that. And so it wasn't a big deal back then, but there was a quest item you could get. It was like, here are some apples or something. But it was a way to indicate that these were all dream bits. I guess there have been dream bits, like fragments of dream all around that you would collect and turn into treasure boxes. And like it's just like kind of like the dream popping through before we actually see it, which is kind of cool. So like I'm hoping that all this stuff they do some callbacks and it feels a little bit more different than what we've been doing, because the Emerald Dream should feel fucking kind of wacky, right?
I hope, and this is something I literally just remembered, and I say I hope, but if he doesn't show up, I won't cry. But Richard Knack introduced a human druid in Malfurion or Storm Rage, the book. I feel like now is the time. It's been like 14 years. Let's get human druid back.
I mean, why not? They could have the, hey, I'm just a human druid. Here's a side quest. And they have
And
them have some goofy thing.
That's literally, that was his entire shtick. Was he was like, I have to stay awake at all times because evil things happen when I sleep. And the whole thing was that he was a human who was like touched, so he could enter the Emerald Dream, then Nightmare in his sleep. Like, I don't know if we're doing Silly Billy, if the Emerald Dream is calling upon all its shooters to defend it. Let's get this human in there, whose name I don't remember.
Like the one human druid in existence.
Yeah, the single human druid. And while we're in there, let's get the human shaman that Mr. GM promised us. Just have her come in like as a goof and a giggle. I feel like Blizzard owes that to him because he reported on it and we had to throw him under the bus for it so hard.
It's the only way.
Was there anything else in this gamer rant?
They just asked some questions, dragon flying questions, which we already know they're really high on. That's whatever. The raid dragon flying's whatever. Someone asked what other characters can we expect to see in Guardians of the Dream, and they were like, in the story itself, it's going to introduce some of these characters: Viranath, Farak, Chandris Feathermoon, another night elf who'll be in the patch as well. Maybe that's for Chandris, but it's kind of worded as if that's a fourth person, a secret night elf. But I think it's just Chandris. No, they kind of like don't say anything about that. They ask about the Netherwing and Storm Dragons, because it really seems like they're kind of doing like a rainbow uniting of all the dragons, right? Like that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting now. I guess they have discovered like more models for updated dragon flights.
Updated dragon flights as in like the other funny ones, not
So,
the
like,
5 or 6 that we know.
Remember the Storm Drakes from God,
Valakhyar.
Yes. So that's technically like a branch of dragons, and then I guess there's updated Netherwings, which are from Burning Crusade.
Outland, yeah.
So I think we're gonna get like an Avengers style cinematic with all the dragons like uniting together against probably what, like a Void Lord or something.
Probably a Ridicron and his baddies, you know?
Will there be representation of the mechanical dragon that I got for subbing for 6 months back in 2019?
It's possible.
If they ignore the 6-month sub in 2019 clan, this will not be a proper event. And I'm looking at you, Ian. It's not in yet. You can change it. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're so she's like the aspects are constantly questioning themselves throughout the expansion, what they've learned, how they've grown. Alexstrasza interacting with the Drakthir and Draconid rebels, but not treating them the best. And then she's like, what is possible with the new lesser dragonflights? This is going to explore that. What are their goals? What do they want? We're lovingly calling them the misfit dragonflights, which is a term I love. They're different. They have different goals.
That doesn't seem very lovingly. The funny ones, the not real ones.
This sounds like a title given to them from Alexstrasza during that one storyline where we had to convince her that like all these other dragon kind are actually have souls and minds and are more than just like sewer rats.
Alexstrasza, I know is going to be wild to you. If dragons don't have wings, they do in fact have rights. Oh, really? I was just throwing shit at them from the top of the tower and hoping it stuck in their heads. You don't know how many times I pinged that yellow guy who's lifting weights.
I guess we have news on what the event in the zone is going to be, like the Research Under Fires or Time Rifts version of the Dream.
The famous 3-part planting quest.
Super Bloom.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But then they're saying that we're doing mini Torghast powers, but they're not going crazy. So they're clarifying they're not going to do anything nutty. You won't have rogues with 0% cooldown one-shotting you across the zone. What's the point?
Yeah, like, and this is controversial because this is talking about Shadowlands, which is like, yucky, ew, we don't like that one yet. We're going to give it like 4 or 5 years before people are like, I wish we could go back to the Shadowlands. But like Torghast powers were one of the few bright lights in that system. Doing Torghast powers always felt really cool. To be like, yeah, we're going to do that, but lesser. It's like, why? What's the point?
I just don't get it. We want to go balls to the wall, 0 to 120, like those UFOs.
I want 17 mirror images that all do Greater Pyroblast and Flame Breath and eat hot chip and lie exclusively.
Eat hot chip.
Be bisexual.
At least half of them were.
We know what the war boss is going to be. Oh my god.
Ooh, oh boy. I'm on the edge of my seat. Please don't tell it to me too fast or else I'll fall off and spill my lovely E&J apple brandy.
I'm going to give each of you a guess. You get to just the name and what it is. Ready? Amin, you go first.
Let's see. It's probably something Furak-esque. I will say it is some kind of Emerald Dream Guardian that he converted into fiery stuff.
Okay. And do you have a name for this man or woman or beast?
Oh yeah, it's some dude named the Flame Warden.
Okay. Aaron, what about you? What do you have to serve today?
Before I let everyone in on this epic guess that I'm going to give, I do need to let you know, I am rolling my eyes back and rolling my neck when I say that it will be just a fiery fighting ghost named Syndros.
I love how you say it with like you're dead inside, but you're just absolutely done.
Like, one of the things that pops out of Dreamsurges is like a fire, elemental, like a fire fighting ghost, as you will. It's just that guy, but big.
New world boss. Nathanos. No, not really. It's not Nathanos.
I almost creamed my jeans. Began welling before you said no, and it receded back.
It's Aurostar the Hibernating. Don't poke a sleeping bear. Too late. A new world boss, Aurostar the Hibernating, has been awoken from a deep slumber, and defenders must join forces to fight to put him back to sleep for a chest full of rewards. It's kind of mean.
So it's not even a bad guy? He's just grumpy from being woken up by us arriving in the dream?
I think he's just a big, goofy, sleepy bear who's been sleeping, and he's mad that they don't have 3D Doritos anymore. So we gotta put him back in. Put him back in the ground.
You'd be surprised how often how many druids fell asleep during a 1999 viewing of BattleBots on Comedy Central. and are like, can't wait to have some 3D Cool Ranch Doritos when I wake up. Every day a new one wakes up, and it causes them to shift to nightmare mode.
Ooh, new cups. New cups have been confirmed for the dragon riding people. Rejoice. We're getting.
Thank goodness their soccer team was really suffering.
Now we have Outland Cup, Northrend Cup, Pandaria Cup, Broken Isles Cup. No, we have tentative dates for all of these. What the fuck?
Do we or do we not yet?
Also, I just want to say, in before actual news, Outland Cup is going to be the scrungiest thing ever.
Hellfire Cup. Go straight for 45 minutes and turn around.
No, dude, they're gonna put it in the worst fucking areas. They're gonna like make you like weave in and out of Netherstorm bubbles where you can't even see the rings to begin with.
Didn't like the Feralis Cup where there was a couple statues in front of the circles. Tried the Blade Spire Hills Cup where it's literally the hills are made of pointy objects that get in your way.
Fuck that. But so we have tentative dates. Obviously, these dates are subject to change considering the cups haven't even been announced yet. But Wildhead claims that Blizzard has added tentative dates to these events. I don't know if, like, I guess in data mining, I don't know. Outland Cup, January 11th to January 25th, 2024. Northrend Cup, April 11th to April 25th, 2024. Pandaria, July 11th to July 25th. Broken Isles, October 11th to October 25th. That's a whole ass year from now.
Holy shit. Can you imagine being like, we're going to create this event. What a silly, goofy thing. 11 months from now. Like, what? We'll probably report on it again 2-3 times down the road just because it's so far ahead that we forgot.
Yeah, so I guess it is staying true to like how they want this to be like it's almost like a seasonal thing at this point with how like sporadic they are. I wonder if they're just like seasonally just gonna rotate them. If like because like I assume the Kalimdor one will come back eventually, right?
Well, that's what's so funny. So Wildhead is like, it seems that the idea is to have a Dragon Racing Cup every 3 months or so. And they're like, the event rotation would mean, for those who missed the first installment of the Kalimdor Cup, Blizzard has added a tentative date for it to return in this PTR build. January 9th to 23rd, 2025. This date is likely not final.
Oh my god, this is like the fucking Olympics or something.
Jesus fucking Christ. Who knows if the game is even operational in 2025? We'll be in the literal Lightlands.
I'm sure that's not the case. I'm sure that they're going to come back sooner. They can also reactivate multiple at once if they really wanted to. So
just make them permanent. Who fucking cares?
Well, they want you to have a reason to keep coming in. Listen, they've realized that they lost the original way by making everything so accessible and nice. They have to do something on a time basis here.
Yeah, they're like, everyone said that, Dragonflight's a little too cushy. You can do anything you want. So now we're going back to you can do it never. The Northrend Cup is going to be like the Scarab Lord thing. Were you there for the weekend that was activated? Too bad, it's never coming back.
Like we said it was going away. Y'all didn't believe us, huh? And now it's time for our top two, bottom boot, medium moot. I'll go first with the medium moot.
Medium.
Oh no, medium. We've been teased about the story the entire time, but I didn't know it was a medium story.
It's not even really that good of a story. I don't know. So I was doing my Sark business, doing heroic Sark, and I ended up pugging with this group for a while called Gaming Dads. Is that what it is? Gaming Dad? I think it's Gaming Dads. And they truly are a collection of gaming dads. They have a YouTube video. You can check it out. They have many videos on there to watch. They stream, and it's honestly, it kind of reminded me of an alternate universe version of our guild. Like some people in there are like very weird, like very odd. You could tell that like they're also like not really good at talking to people sometimes. Like every single pug left. Like I'm talking like we had a pug group of like maybe 16 people, 16 pugs, and like 5 or 6 of them, and one poll and one thing over Discord, because they made you use Discord, made 15 pugs leave, and I was the only one that stayed with the gaming dads for like more polls. They're just like abrasive, but like fun. I don't know. They're also not very good. It's also the problem.
I finished doing my secrets, and then I was like, "Oh, do you need another body for this?" So I applied and was invited, and then like the next pull after that, they're like, "Oh, it's not in the cards for us tonight, guys," and then they called it.
Like, right as you got in. So like I wasted like 3 hours of my Sark kill with them, but it was fun. Like so like that's why it's a moot, because it wasn't all bad that I didn't get the Sark kill. If anything, they kind of raised it. Then for some dumbass reason, I signed up for night 2. I don't know. They like posted in Discord and were like, "Who's all here for night 2?" And I was like, yeah, like I could do it. Like my name's Bai. Like I was the evoker. Devastation evoker. I was top of the meters. I don't know. I didn't say that, but like I figured they would remember my name. So then he's like, "Okay, cool." He tags me. "Get in here." There's only 3 people in there, and I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll get in there with these 3 people." And I join, and he's like, "All right, Donnie, you can switch off. This guy's going to tank." And I'm like, not thinking he's talking to me, because I typed out specifically, "I'm an evoker DPS." And then he goes, "What's your name?" And I'm like, okay, like I typed it in chat. He's not figure out how to add me. I add him on BNet. I get in there, and he's like, "You ain't a tank." And I'm like, "Yeah, I said I was an evoker. What's going on?"
Like evokers aren't tanks, guy.
Like it's like it was still in the Discord chat. Like it was like I could see it. It just says like, "I'm a DPS evoker." And so then he's like, "Oh god," they're like grumbling about it, and he had to go back and tank. And they called it after 3 pulls. They're like, "It's not in the cards tonight, guys." So then I ended up killing it with basically all evoker group later that night. I'm talking like 18 evokers. I mean, maybe it was all those pugs that left the group earlier.
I have seen the image of it. It is wild. And I guess because evoker can be 2 types of DPS and healer, so you can squeeze it literally in every role other than tank. But I was like, oh my, that's a lot of them. This has to be intentional.
Yeah, well, also because like the group was led by, what was it, Fart Mouth Taco? Beef Fart Taco? Something like that. And he is an evoker. So he basically was only inviting evokers and being like, "Come on, everybody, welcome, everybody, welcome." So some of us are going to get these drops today. We're getting legendary. It's going to happen. He was like almost like an inspirational speaker, like an evoker father figure. And we got it in 1 pull, and 2 cracked Titan gems dropped. Not for me, but for other evokers, which is a great sign. Now I've been proxy to 1 dropping. That means that maybe a little bit of that shine rubbed up on me, and now I'm going to get it for sure next week on my 19th Azeroth kill.
Well, 1, I wish you luck, and 2, how dare you call him, butt fart taco? His name was Meatball Taco, which is a respectable enough evoker name.
I'm so sorry, Meatball Taco. What server is he on?
Thrall.
Meatball Taco of Thrall.
So take it back. That's a weird one, Meatball Taco. Switch to a real server. Ugh.
What about you, Mean? What's your top 2? Bottom boot, medium moot.
So my top toot is...
Also, I'm so sorry, Immune. I meant to say this, but I was looking at Pokemon Violet happening to my left. When you told us to look for the Dad Guild, I typed in what you said, and what I found was Hard-Headed Father, who had a 2-hour WoW stream called "I am just a gamer dad who will talk about dad things while playing World of Warcraft. Feel free to..." It was too long. And his description was, "Being a husband and father is hard work. If you have to put kids to sleep, please the missus, and have nothing better to do, come in and chat and hang out."
Oh my god.
He has 6 subscribers, just like your boy Aaron D in our VOD dumps. So go give him a sub, unless he says something bad. I didn't actually listen to the video.
Yeah. I don't think this is the guy, but I support him 100%. With the bio like that's a real one.
Oh yeah, they're racing out there. The Chicago Cup is here today.
They got rained out last time. They have to do it later.
But yeah, I have a top toot this week.
Is the Chicago Cup's in town?
Yes. So
I know you love burning rubber over there.
You know, I just got gold, triple gold on the Pilsen Plunge.
That's why you sold your car, was for the... You said, "This shit doesn't go fast enough. I'm gonna sell it so I can get myself a Tesla, an Audi, a fast car."
I'm having a really hard time doing reverse Logan Luge. I've been trying. I think I'm gonna get it eventually.
I don't know any of these. The only thing I can do is the California Crush. It's just a straightaway.
Belmont Blitz.
There you go.
But yeah, okay, so it's based, my top two, my actual top two is based on...
It's totally based.
It's totally based. It's on the Secrets. That's where this came from. I meant to talk about this last week because I found it so fucking funny and I just remembered it now, so I got a little chuckle to myself over it. The Secrets, you know how one of the early on Secrets has you go into the auction house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Slide Whistle's first ever time finding out that there was an auction house in Veldraken.
That was.
Oh, I forgot I haven't said this in the podcast yet. Yeah. I literally went, oh my God, immune is what I said. And he's like, what? And I was like, there's an auction. That's what I was saying. And I was like, oh, he knows. Like.
And I was also like, how do you miss it? It's literally like right, you can see it from the inn.
Yeah, there are 4 buildings in like the main part of Veldraken, and it's the one you did not go into.
Well, think about it. Like when I come out of the inn, I'm gonna go to the bank or I'm gonna go towards the portals. And if I'm going to the other way, I'm flying to go to my crafting table. So I fly right over it, like straight overhead. I go to the crafting table and then I pull up my auction house mount next to it. So I don't know. I just never have really looked in that direction before.
Honestly, you know what? I give you guff, but I feel the same way about the inn. Until the Secrets of Azeroth, where you have to enter it to like begin them, I had maybe been in the inn twice.
But you knew that the inn was there.
I think, yeah, but I had forgotten, so I had to relearn it when Secrets of Azeroth started.
Y'all are so fucking weird. What the hell?
I'm a mage. I don't need your Veldraken inn. I can just go there.
Fair enough. Well, that was my kind of top two. I guess like we could just round it out to be like just the Secrets event in general was a 2 for me. I love all the cosmetics and things that I got from it too. So, Aaron, what is your TTBBMM?
Well, I do, in fact, unfortunately have a medium moot this week.
Medium
moot.
And it's a medium moot made of my own hubris.
Hoobers.
As many who have listened, all X amount of you, you'll know that I chastised the Time Rift event for, it took a little while to get everything. It felt like a long event. Well, for Dreamsurges, because it's so gosh darn convenient and you can just fly around, your boy has already accumulated everything that he needs from it. So, like, it's done. There's no other than literally gearing up little people, which I guess is what it's made for. There's no need to go back. Within the, I guess, when did this launch? 2 weeks ago? A week ago?
1?
It was not this Tuesday, not 2 days ago.
Oh, a week before that. Yeah.
Within the 9 days, I have gotten enough funny coins for both pets, both toys, and the mount. I am the proud owner of a Stormwing Obama.
Now let me be clear.
And that's it. Like, I'll continue to do it because it is a fun little thing, and it's very cash, and it helps me get things for, like, Gelbin 2 and Wigglestein, these guys who are out here in greens. But, like, damn, Time Rift, I felt like I was logging into a job. I had to do that every day to try and become best friends with Soradormi. Dreamsurges, that really is, I'm done for the moment. See you in 10.2.
Damn, Aaron's you are on that content. I don't know how you do it. I guess I waste all my time with gaming dads and Sakura.
That's the thing is, if it's tough, you'll never see me do it. How many mages towers have I completed? 0. I gave up literally 2 calendar years ago. But anything where it's just like log in for 4 hours a day, I'll log in for 8 hours a day and do that. And I did, and now it's over.
I love that you said "but" like a Looney Tunes character. That was amazing. We gotta save that clip and put it somewhere. But
well, if I had to look at my lovely glass of EJ apple brandy with natural apple flavors and caramel.
Are you drinking it straight? Are you drinking it because like that's what you do with brandy, right? I don't know what to do with brandy. I bought it because I have a name on it.
I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, whatever kind of poison this is, I'll drink it straight. But like, it doesn't give me a headache. I feel like at 3/4 through, I should be like,
Do you have one of those little Scotch shaped glasses that you can put over ice to get like a little fancy with it?
I could, but I'm 70% done, and this is a bonus episode week. Wink. So I do believe I will consume all of this tonight.
Pour it over ice and get classy. Get classy for the After Dark.
I just might get classy for the After Dark. And speaking of After Dark, you can only listen to it if you are a subscriber to the lovely Do Not Relent Patreon. And those patrons are Command Sergeant Major Chizurla, fourth host of the Podcaster Monkey, Ahoy Vince, Instinct/Drag Race, Azarin, Digital Dave. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Saracen Hawk, Jerome, Satius and Soup, Big Fat Ugly Bug-Faced Baby Eating Adorno says, Arr! Rhapsody, the Rubik's Master, Gershom, Mewit's other drinking buddy, WTF Mewit, Wooly, Adam, Ickis, Vanderlyle, D. Gibson, Slide Whistle says,
Fuck Craig.
and Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
If you're going to send an email, send it over to donotrelentlpod@gmail.com. You can send us fan mail. You can send us whatever you want. If you want to email Aaron, you can email him at navarracoffin@gmail.com, and he'll send you pictures of his belly button. What about you guys? Where can we find you on the internet?
I would never take pictures of my belly button. I'm scared of that thing.
Well, you see, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. You can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. You can join our podcast Discord by going to DoNotRelent.com.
I'm not scared of my belly button looking at it, but I'm scared of touching it. I don't like going in it. I don't touch my belly button, and I don't touch my eyes. But I do touch the post button when I post on X at the Bigacheesy. I occasionally write write-ups at donotrelent.livejournal.com, and I occasionally stream at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
We're leaving, but before we leave, can you guys scooch together for a picture? I'm going to count down, and we're going to take a picture really quick. You ready? Ready? You guys ready?
Okay.
All right,
okay.
3, 2, 1. Say cheese.
Cheese.
Fantastic.
All right, going into my scrapbook, and that's...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
What poses were you guys doing? I was duck facing.
I was holding my hand out.
I was like an Asian tourist. I put up two big peace signs.